Hi, beautiful souls. So I feel back on track again. I feel my inner strength and inner power illumined and vibrant once more. Uh, Yesterday was a good turning point for that. And yeah, I feel much more stronger in myself again. We do have dips and we do have moments when we fall down in life. That's the truth. All of us experience that. Some people reveal those aspects to others of when they drop and when they feel vulnerable and sad, and others conceal it as if that never occurs in their lifetime. And we all know that that's not true, because everybody goes through moments when we feel despair, when we feel sadness, when we feel disempowered. It's a natural part of being a human as we dissolve the old constructs of what we believe we are and start to realize and remember that we are multidimensional beings of light. And when we start to experience that joy and remembering of all of the different facets that we really are, then the disempowerment and the sadnesses of the human construct, which we've been conditioned to believe is all that we are, they fall away. And then we are just in an expression of ultimate joy, living as ultimate joy in the here and now at all times, where the sadness and everything else have dissipated and they no longer form part of our reality. This is what I've been shown. This is what I believe is true. And this is where I'm heading. For in this lifetime, my wish is to be fully illuminated, to send the light completely through my beingness, so that I have that freedom, that I don't have to continue on a wheel. I think this wheel is also a big distortion, but we do have to recognize things. We do have to recognize things for what they are. It's no good just to sort of go, I'm not sure about that, or just to even sort of like go, okay, I observe that, but I don't really feel into it to sense it with my heart, whether that is resonating or not. But when we sense into things with our hearts, putting pure awareness into how things are and what's showing up around us, we know whether something is resonant. We know whether something is truth. We know whether something is for us to look into deeper with our hearts, because we do everything from within. So we enter the stargate of the heart, we expand it outwards, we go within there, we feel it from in there, and then we know. And the more that we know and recognize the truth of everything that we are, the more we dismantle all of the things that aren't truth from around us. And there is quite a bit of distortion, and there's quite a lot of false realities that do surround our existences. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but if you imagine it as like a computer game, and that they're just random things just propped up around you, sort of like imagine like subliminal marketing, and imagine like in every single film you watch, if you were to slowly go through all of the frames, you realize, oh, Coca-Cola is trying to make me drink Coca-Cola because there's Coca-Cola in that frame and in that frame, and then somebody's drinking something and going, as if they're having the best drink in the world. And there's so many sort of little subliminal references to Coca-Cola. Spider, please get out of my hair. Throughout the film, that even though you're not necessarily looking for the Coca-Cola or aware of the Coca-Cola being there, you then get up and you buy yourself a Coca-Cola, because the Coca-Cola has been subliminally placed there to influence you. So in our realities, in our existences, there are also things like that. If you imagine like this is a big giant computer game, there are also things like that popped into our realities for us to accept, observe, whatever. Now, acceptance is good to a certain degree, but you also have to open your heart and be really aware with things, because when you're truly aware, you know if something is resonant and whether it's truth or not. So you might look at a beautiful tree, you might place your hand on the bark, and you know that that tree is in resonance with nature, with beauty, with truth, with organic life and wonderment, and that will make you feel good to be around that tree. But you might look somewhere else and you might see like a pylon, for instance, and we know that that pylon is giving off a lot of negative energy, and it's not making us feel good. So we want to make sure that we move ourselves away from the pylon. Now that's just to give you a really clear example, but there's also other examples that are hidden in plain sight that we don't always recognize. And they are there to distort the human, to make the human believe that the human is less than they really are. So the more awareness we place on the way that we're living, the more we're able to look at something, hold awareness, feel with our heart whether it resonates, feel whether this is truth or not, then the smoother we navigate through the lower dimensions and move through to the higher dimensions where everything is one, everything is unified, everything is love, everything is the Christed consciousness, which is unity, new earth. And this is all part of the growing through these for the human whilst here on this earth, is to experience and navigate this path, because we know before we come here that we have the opportunity to re-emerge into pure bliss, but in physical bodies where we can actually have a lot of fun and play. So even though things can be sometimes challenging, and believe me, I'm very challenged in many ways right now, if I continue to say to myself, I'm challenged, I'm challenged, I'm challenged, I'm just creating more density for myself, more challenge for myself. And I don't really need to do that. But what I can do is concentrate on my pure awareness of what's around me, what resonates as truth for me, what I can do to alchemize my experience whilst I'm here, and to keep walking on the path of light and allowing that light to pass through me and around me and within me. And so that I'm able to express more light. And the more light that I express in this world, the more is picked up and felt by the collective, because what we do is we do it for ourselves, but we're actually doing it for all. So whenever we're healing ourselves, we're healing for all. This is very different situation to actually poking your nose in and trying to fix somebody else, which is a very different story. That's not cool, and that empowers another person. But when you're actually working in this way and you're healing from within and you are walking the path of love and sharing your open-heartedness with all, then you positively influence the environment that you're in and the collective, and that assists in the consciousness changing for more love, more light here on this beautiful planet. So dips are inevitable. There are times when we falter. There are times when we fall to our knees and we weep and we cry, and we just wonder if we can ever go on. But we are resilient. We are programmed to be super resilient, and we get through all manner of stuff. I mean, you can hear some people's stories and you think, how on earth did you do that? But the human spirit is strong. And it's not just the human spirit, because we're multidimensional and we are empowered and powerful beings of light. So I send you all much love. Thank you for your kindness and your prayers. And I wish you great joy and love and peace on your journeys, and infinite wisdom and prayer as you navigate your paths. Much love. My name is Zaza. Like, subscribe and share if you feel called to do so. Thank you very much.